After the dramatic capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, President Donald Trump is signaling a far broader shift in U.S. power, claiming America is now in charge of Venezuela and warning some other countries across the Western Hemisphere they could be next. The move is drawing some criticism at home from U.S. allies abroad as well. CBN's Brody reports now.
The Trump administration is issuing demands to Venezuela's new government, sever its economic ties with Russia, China, and Iran, and agree to work only with the U.S. oil production. President Trump said Venezuela is delivering 30 to 50 million barrels of sanctioned oil to the U.S. He says it will be sold at market price and go to help people of Venezuela. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, Venezuela's interim president, has rejected U.S. claims of control, calling Maduro's capture a kidnapping and asserting Venezuelan sovereignty. Maduro and his wife are behind bars in New York City after pleading not guilty to federal narcoterrorism charges.
We can definitely say that the president of a country that was pretty hostile to the United States is no longer in charge. Whether or not that makes the United States safer depends on what Delcy Rodriguez decides to do in the near future.
Director for the Center on Military and Political Power at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Ryan Brobst, says Rodriguez has sent mixed signals, at times defiant and at times conciliatory, toward Washington, and he says free and fair elections would be a critical next step.
Another thing that might be good for them to do is to try to sever the relationship between Venezuela and Cuba. Cuba is a large patron of Venezuela. A lot of the casualties from the raid were actually Cuban security forces protecting Maduro, which shows you how much Cuba cares about it. And Venezuela sends a lot of oil to Cuba.
President Trump has also suggested other countries could be next, including Mexico, Cuba, and Colombia. And now the White House is renewing their desire to take over Greenland, a territory of Denmark. In a statement from the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she said the president and his team are discussing a range of options, including acquiring Greenland to protect from adversaries in the Arctic, saying that using the U.S. military is always an option. The Danish Prime Minister says the president's threats should be taken seriously, warning if the U.S. takes over another NATO country, quote, everything stops. She's now requesting a meeting with the U.S. State Department. United Nations members and international law experts say the strike violates the UN Charter and sovereignty arms. European leaders are also rejecting any U.S. military action in Greenland, warning an attack on NATO territory could fundamentally fracture the alliance. Brody, CBN News.